Let's talk your Utah Hockey Club. Perfect. Well, folks, before we get in the content, folks, we do want to take a moment to mention that we did just create a channel for your Utah Hockey Club called Utah Hockey DNA. This is where all of our Utah hockey content will be posted first, so be sure to check it out. A link to that channel will be in the description below if you're watching this on our main channel, DNA Sports Recap. If you're watching this on the live stream and checking this out of the podcast, be sure to go to YouTube and check out Utah Hockey DNA. Subscribe to that channel. We'll be giving away one of those sick Utah Hockey Club jerseys once this channel hits 1,000 subscribers.
Yes. And make sure you hit that like button for me.
Absolutely. We got a really cool hoodie in the merch store.
That logo, if you're a Utah hockey fan, Utah Hockey DNA hoodies are sick. Get one.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it here, man. Quick pivot from last week.
Way quick pivot. So
yeah.
Obviously Utah Hockey Club formally announces their final three names, right? And their initial that we got Utah Hockey Club, Utah Wasatch, Utah Mammoth. Pump the brakes. Obviously, Utah Hockey Club posts on their X. Hey, Utah hockey fans, we listen to your feedback. It's X.
I'm gonna call it Twitter.
It's X. Hey, Utah hockey fans, we listen to your feedback for the team name. It's clear Outlaws should be in the mix instead of Wasatch, so we're swapping it out. Obviously, Wasatch was a very late addition to the naming. Which was oddly enough not even included in the initial round of options. The logo was kind of cool. They do have, obviously the mountain range, and then it is kind of the Yeti theme mascot. But obviously Utah hockey fans are not a huge, pusher of the name Wasatch because it's horrible.
Yeah. So this is something that just got released there. Wasatch is out and Outlaws is in after one game of voting. By the way, they said over 15,000 people are allowed to vote, which by the way 15,000 didn't. That stadium, that arena does not hold 15,000. So and everybody's not standing in those lines, so they probably got around 10,000 of them, but those 10,000 of them got to see the three names there. We talked about it before, about the Wasatch and it being dropped, and then now some Outlaws come. Was leaked on what that actually looks like, so let's go ahead and jump into that here. So here are the three names there. We actually had it in, someone mentioned it in our comments last week. If we know about the logos, we'll get into that in a second, but this is what you saw. So this was leaked on Twitter, on the X, if you insist on calling it that. I don't. But what we have here is this is what they saw when they walked into the kiosk there. You have the Utah Mammoth, the Utah Outlaws, and then you also have Utah Hockey Club. So now, AJ, what I want to do is I want to bring your attention to the logos down below.
Yes.
I am all right with the Utah Mammoth. I think that's sick. I think that looks good on the jerseys. I'm okay with that one. What do you think?
I like the Mammoth logo a lot. And that's kind of the funny part is I like the Mammoth logo probably the most of all three of these logos.
Yes. So let me go ahead and pivot to one. I really liked Utah Hockey Club as the name, as you mentioned before. I think just leave it that way.
Yep.
If
Greg disagrees.
Greg, yes, we're not in Europe. Yeah, I get you.
I get you.
But I would have to say I will step down from my stance on wanting Utah Hockey Club if that's the logo that's going to be on the damn jersey. Like,
you don't like the Mountain Head Yeti?
I don't like the Yeti with the faux hawk. That is a 2004, 2007, 8-ish faux hawk. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, it is 100% faux hawk on a Yeti.
That's a faux hawk on a Yeti, man. What are they thinking? That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know, man. I just think when it comes to the names there, I really like Utah Hockey Club. I think it's a good fit for what the team is. We've been using it for a year. It makes sense. I honestly think Utah Yeti was the one that was supposed to be it, and it's not it. And then they don't have Blizzard in there. They don't have Raptor in there. They don't have, all the other names that were good names for them to be. And it's just Outlaws, plural, not singular. And there's probably about 1 billion minor league baseball teams named the Outlaws and minor league hockey teams. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. By the way, quick pivot on that. Let's go back to Yeti, by the way.
Yeah.
Utah Yeti, right? And they're saying, oh, there's, it didn't make branding because it's too similar to a different thing.
Too much trademark issues. Yeah.
Okay, let me say two words to you and tell me why that's complete BS. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Stanley Cup.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. What do you win when you win the whole damn thing when you're in
You win the
NHL?
Stanley Cup.
Exactly. And what is the most popular thing here in Utah with a bunch of the...
It's a Stanley Cup.
That's right. Who sponsors the Utah Jazz?
Stanley. With their cups.
With their cups. So explain to me why that's okay, you know? But we
Yeah,
can't...
that's kind of crazy, actually. I
Like,
didn't think about that.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
So why are they allowed to name it the Stanley Cup? And Stanley, the mug brand's been around since before, you know, puppies were the oldest animal, is you know, it's a lot. It didn't get all upset when they named their championship trophy the Stanley Cup. I don't...
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense to me. But anyway, it just kind of talks a little bit to the shortcomings there when it comes to the Utah Hockey Club and what they're doing there. I don't know, man. When it comes to the names, which way are you leaning? With the Outlaws, Mammoth, Utah Hockey Club, which way you going with knowing the logos and everything?
Okay, so that's the problem, though, right? This is where the conundrum happens, is because if we're just talking a name, I like the name Utah Outlaws the best. I don't like Mammoth as a name. I know you like it because it's singular.
It's literally the only reason why I like it.
Right, because it's singular. Okay, Utah Outlaws, I think, is the best name, in my opinion. The best logo is probably the Utah Mammoth.
Yes.
The worst one is Utah Hockey Club. Worst name and absolutely the worst logo.
Yeah, everybody who's for the Utah Hockey Club's not going to be for that logo, man. That's a Yeti with a faux hawk. You can't convince me differently.
Yeti.
You know, then the Mammoth's probably got the best one, and we're going to get into the next segment when we talk about the Utah Hockey Club on why the Outlaw is not the best logo, which, by the way, would look sick if it wasn't for the reason we're about to get into.
Yep.
But yeah, we'd love to hear from you folks. Let us know what you think in the comments down below when it comes to the team name, what you think of this pivot. For me, this basically just says how sloppy they're doing everything, man.
Yeah.
What was there some kind of exit poll during the first game? Was there like somebody asking, well, what name did you want to see on there that you didn't? Or was there an option to write in something? If anybody went to the first game, let us know in the comments down below if there is a write-in option, because this makes absolutely no sense. They pivoted this quickly from Wasatch to Outlaws.
We're talking in a matter of hours. They moved completely away from Wasatch and moved into Outlaws.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about last week how last minute they pivoted away from Yeti, which is something that should have been started 6 months ago.
Yeah.
During the first round of voting, when Utah, Yeti was going to be the main name. This was something you should have started working on with the Yeti brand to square away.
But also they should have had logos already ready when they started the initial branding.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, like when they initially introduced all of these initial brandings, they should have had at least a base logo and semi-base color scheme, right? Because now they're just saying, oh, we're going to keep these same colors. Okay, we're not going to add a color. We're not going to switch a color out. Like, this is what we're stuck with. Because the problem is now you're trying to jam all of these weird colors into a logo that may or may not match.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense when they first got the team, when they moved from, hey, the Coyote... we
know we can't keep the Coyotes color scheme.
We can't keep the Coyotes. They're not going to be the Phoenix Coyotes. We're not keeping that. So we need a new team name, and we need to do that. That makes all sense. Like, go with something temporary. But this whole excuse of it being, a new thing and everything happening so fast, that's long gone. Yeah. You've had 6 months where you've owned this team, where you've got the preliminary poll, and then once you realize Yeti was going to be the one, you should have went after that and figured that stuff out ahead of time.
You've got too much data to not.
Yes, but they didn't. They decided to not be proactive and not have to figure it out. And now with Yeti saying, nope, sorry, now they're trying to figure it out and throw some stuff against the board and see what sticks. There's no more excuses for all this happening. This is, them just trying fast to try and do the right thing, and it's just not working out. They should have known that up front they were making this, and this is what the main thing is a concern for me on this one, is that it proves the ownership is not learning from their mistakes when they previously failed to rebrand the Jazz with that highlighter yellow stuff they tried to do back a couple of years ago. They're repeating the exact same mistakes with the Yeti thing.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is concerning, which made it worse. So we'll go ahead and talk about that in a second, but let's go ahead and hit some of these comments here before we miss out on a few of these here. So let's go ahead and talk about, let's jump in on these here. First comment we got from McKinley Cutler is, personally, I'm a fan of the Mammoths voted for it before.
they wanted Yeti. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's not mammoths; it's mammoth. It's singular.
Singular. That's why it's Darren's favorite.
So McKinley, tell me what you feel about singular versus plural on that one. Jonathan, was that
Blazier?
Blazier?
Yeah.
You see how I know it's why. Let's see here. I know it. I know it. Why are you saying it's going to be? I can't see it from back here.
It says, I know it. Why are you just say it's going to be Ludlow? Yeah, Utah Mammoth.
Yeah, it's interesting. Utah Mammoth would be probably the better option there. Another comment here from Greg Hawkins. You don't absolutely love Utah Mountain Defender, Darren.
Combine that with Utah Hockey Club, and we've got ourselves a beautiful disaster on our hands.
Great,
exactly.
Great Evanescence song, by the way. But yeah, I mean, the Mountain Defender with the faux hawk there, just give him a puka shell necklace and, and a sweater vest over a white t-shirt.
2005 all over again.
And you're right there, you're right there with your Ed Hardy jeans and stuff like that.
Turn on some Simple Plan. Like, we're just rolling it, dude.
Great. That's great. We also have another comment here from Jonathan. I did not hear that it is give me more people. Hey, all the people for Jonathan.
All the people
for Jonathan, for sure.
Yeah, next one.
So McKinley Cutler, I don't think they want to risk another copyright situation with NBA team. Yeah, the Utah Raptors. I don't know. I think they'd actually win that one because there is such thing called a Utah Raptor.
Right.
So I think they would probably win that one just solely off of that alone, that there's historical precedence and a prehistoric, animal from Utah that is mammoths are from, as you mentioned before, McKinley. Sorry, that's actually not McKinley. That was Greg Hawkins that mentioned, or was it McKinley? Who mentioned that it was the mammoths are from Utah?
It was Greg.
It was Greg.
Yeah.
Okay. We also got a comment here. I think we missed the boat by calling it on the team the what does that say?
I can't see
the Night Jazz. Is that what it says? No. Nephi Jazz. What does that say there? We'll have to get close on that one.
I can't see it.
Okay, we're gonna have to see that. Put that in capital letters for us, man. We're old. We can't see that far away.
Again, the screen is very far away, so if it's like weird words, we can't enunciate them.
Yeah, at this point, they should have just done all of this internally and announced it when they figured all this stuff out. Absolutely. They're trying to come up with this narrative saying, it's unprecedented that they're going to have the Utah Hockey Club be named by the fans. This is unprecedented. This total tech boy talk saying that no one's ever done this before. It's not even new for the state. Other professional teams in Utah have asked the fans to vote in. So it makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, we definitely want to hear from you guys on that. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think about the name pivot? It gets even better from that, because now we got to talk about
the best part about the whole name pivot.
Yes. The best thing about this is that the whole NHL is clowning on the Utah Hockey Clubs for these names. So let's go ahead and jump on over this. If you look here, we've got some articles there that it came up, and I've got a couple of tweets there. The NHL fans roast Utah Hockey Club over the proposed logos for the new franchise name. And basically, for you can go ahead and read them. They're up on the screen. But pretty much what they are all saying is that not only do most of them look this way, but definitely the Utah Outlaw looks like an EA Sports NHL hockey game create a logo type logo. And you can't go anywhere on the internet without seeing that kind of stuff. We were talking about these names. And yeah, if you look it up, they're pretty close, especially that Utah Outlaw logo. It looks like you just went in to create a team and they just designed it, and boom, there it is. It looks like they made it out of that, which is really, really quite embarrassing. I don't know, man. What do you think about the response from the hockey fans out there talking about your Utah Hockey Club and what they're doing?
It's hilarious. I mean, and the fact is like, we've now got logos that are for a team that, like, these are actual options to be the logos that's going to go on our team's jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. So I don't know. I mean, I think these are all I'm really hoping that all of these are just generic. Could be they're going to make some tweaks to make them more unique. That's not like the final logo, right? Like, it's an outlaw face. Okay, cool. Let's tweak the outlaw face, make it. I also feel like by just adding some color, some of these are much, much better.
Mhm.
I mean, if we just add the color brown to any one of these logos, the Mammoth's logo, way better. You
For
add
sure.
some brown to it, perfect. The Outlaws, same thing. Add some brown into that, perfect. Even the Mountain Defender faux hawk logo, you add some brown to that guy, looks much better. So I wonder if there's any chance that they do add a color and subtract a color to make some of these logos work, or to change some of the branding. I don't know. I'm curious to see how it actually ends up working out.
No, I 100% agree with you, man. I just think it's a little ridiculous there. And if we go back to the previous thing there, when you look at the Outlaw, you can go on Creative Player and it's almost the exact same thing.
Like literally the exact same thing.
Just different colors.
Yeah.
And the Mammoth there's been people who've been designing a logo on that on Instagram a little bit earlier. That's pretty close to that.
It was like that exact same one, dude.
Yeah, it's
but
uncanny.
like before these were officially announced, somebody had put out these exact same logos, and like we're talking
really close.
Really, really close.
Yeah. It's almost as if they saw that stuff on the internet and like, oh, let's just do exactly what minimum we have to do not to get sued for it. I don't know. Out of all of them, I think the Mammoth looks better on the jersey than anything else. The Outlaw just kind of looks a little weird. And obviously the faux hawk Yeti there, it just doesn't do it for me. But yeah, we want to hear from you folks. Let us know what you think in the comments down below about your Utah Hockey Club when it comes to the backlash from the naming and the pivot on that and pretty much everything we talked about today. As a reminder, folks, we did just launch a new channel for your Utah Hockey Club called Utah Hockey DNA. This is where all of our Utah Hockey Club contents can be posted first. A link to this channel will be in the description below if you're watching this on our main channel, Utah Hockey DNA. Once again, folks, make sure you check out that channel, check out the merch down below, and smash that like button for your boy AJ right over there.
Yes, I appreciate it. And look at this beautiful logo. Wouldn't you just love to have that on a hoodie?
I think it'd be great on a hoodie. I think it'd be great on a hat, too. We should probably get on that.
We should probably actually order some hats and see.
Yeah.
Oh, we could change our hats between sets.
Yeah, that's
colors and hats.
We've got 7 seconds to switch the color and switch the hats. We totally got that.
We got this.
Yeah, it definitely works. Definitely works. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you folks. Let us know what you think in the comments down below for sure. We also have more comments here that I want to go ahead and jump in on. We have Johnny Blazer, top 3 Utah Outlaws. Yeah, it's actually not plural. It's singular. So that's really kind of an interesting point there, which I don't know, man. Utah Outlaws just sounds so much better than Utah Outlaws. I don't know. We'll see. McKinley Cutler puts in there, I'm good with either plural or singular. Yeah, I guess just not as
no preference. Yeah.
Yeah, no preference. You're just not as hung up on that as I am, which I could respect, McKinley. You probably sleep better at night than I do, so that's awesome. We also have another comment here from the channel legend, Greg Hawkins. Utah Outlaws doesn't work with the color scheme. 100% agree. And I hate that more. I hate it the more I look at it. Super cringe. Everybody rolling up to games with cowboy hats. As if
people are whooping.
I like it. I like it, man. And think about the Utah Hockey, the Energy Solutions. Sorry, not the Delta Center.
Did you just say Energy Solutions?
Old habits, man. Old habits.
Wow, that is a way old habit.
It's been like 3 years, dude, since it's been called the
ESA.
Yeah, it's been like 3 years, so not that long. But yeah, dude, absolutely. I mean, they already have line of sight issues. Can you imagine a bunch of people with cowboy hats on? It's only going to make it worse.
Yeah, just making it way worse.
For sure. We also got another one from McKinley Cutler here. I'm guessing that these are logos Ryan Smith likes minimalism style, likes the minimalist style. That's why we got that horrible jazz rebrand. With the stupid single jazz note. Yeah, I'd have to agree there for sure. Let's see here. We also got another comment here from Jonathan Blazer. I want to review it. It'll be okay. I want that shirt and I'll go help you. All right, perfect.
We appreciate it. Absolutely.
All right. So once again, folks, that's since the team's not really winning much lately, I don't know. They were on a 5-game losing streak. That's really all we had to really talk about this team this week. We'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. If we missed something, if you want to suggest something else to talk about for the Utah Hockey Club, we'd love to hear from you.